Hello everybody, I'm RENZO Mocs, and welcome back, or welcome to, the very first Alien Collection video. So, I've done these kind of things in the past before where we take a look at some Alien compilations, just a bunch of different random aliens or robots in one video, and I really like that style of video. So for this, welcome to the very first official collection. This is just a bunch of different aliens that have no real connection to one another. They're just fun little creations I wanted to show you guys. So yeah, first compilation video. Here we go. So first up we have the frog Gort. Now the frog Gort is basically just a Spaceverse frog. Very, very weird. I've actually shown this guy off before, but I never did a review of him. So here he is in the flesh. A frog Gort is an amphibious creature that lives in a swampy planet environment. They prefer to stay underwater. They're more water-based than they are land, but they can walk on land. And that's because they got these huge freaking feet. Like, look at those legs. My God, yeah, they can swim. They're very, very, very good swimmers. Just look at that. They have these big old floppy flipper feet, and that's how they're such good swimmers. They have these big heads, which I actually really like the design of the head. It's a little gappy in some areas, but you know what? I think it looks all right. I think the shaping kind of turned out nicely. Problem is, you can't really open the mouth, which is a huge shame. Huge, huge shame. I really wish you could open the mouth, but it just doesn't work. Even moving the head is just... yeah, it's basically impossible. It's because it's such a weird looking build under there. For their arms, they just have these small little arms with these bizarre hands. They don't even have like thumbs or anything. They're just like little claws. I think the build for this guy, just like lifting that up, you can see how weird and gappy and experimental it is. But that was kind of the whole point of the mock, just to do something weird. I wanted to see what I could do with that Metro torso. So I was just experimenting, and I actually, yeah, that's the frog Gort. Here's a Killigish. Now a Killigish is basically just a big lizard, heavily inspired by a chameleon. Obviously a lot of inspiration from Camelio, the Fodum character, kinda. Not too much actually, just kinda, it's kinda like supposed to be like a weirder space version of Steve, I guess. In a way, I just wanted to make some sort of lanky looking lizard creature dude with some very, very weird legs. I will say those legs are very bad. Also, I ran out of green pieces, so that's why there's not any bright green on the legs. Instead, it's just the trans green. They do have these very, very big feet. And this head, which is just ridiculous. It looks like a G2 version of Fusa or something like that. It's just so bizarre looking. Obviously not a very good mock. Doesn't have any back armor or anything. I just didn't really try with this one. I was just seeing what I could pull off with a mock like this. Big ol' articulated tail here on ball joints. I really like this style of ball jointed tails, and I think you can get some really good poses. He does have that little hook there, and yeah, that's the... Freaking heck, I already forgot his name. That's how forgettable he is. Next up here we have Gorga Lad. Now, who the frick is freaking Gorga Lad? Backstory for this guy just came around. I was like, hey, I want to build another version of Gorgux's species. So, here's Gorga Lad. Gorga Lad is not related to Gorgux. I think it's actually his nephew, so they are related, but he's not like his son or anything. Gorga Lad is just a young apprentice of Gorgux. And Gorgux, for those who don't know, is actually just like a dealer, a weapons dealer on his planet. It's never really explained. He just he lives on the land of the lost planet, but you don't see what he does. He's an arms dealer. So Gorga Lad is his young apprentice who learns exactly from him. I like Gorga Lad way better than Gorgux. A lot more filled out. The mock itself honestly looks a lot better. I mean, just this particular torso build is doing a lot more favors than Gorgux. Gorgux is really gappy, but I feel like this, honestly, I love the look of Gorga Lad a lot more. He's got a little bit of a beer belly. He's got some, these hand designs also were not made by me. These were Kasai's hand designs. This is for another mock, but I just kind of ripped them off and used them for Gorga Lad, because that's what I do. He has a little wire coming from his suit that plugs into his head for some reason, because most of Gorgux species, they're like blob creatures and they actually can't breathe without some sort of apparatus, so that's exactly what Gorga Lad does. He's got a little bit of a samurai helmet thing with the Onua mask. I really do like the look of that. I'm sorry, I'm not really getting a good angle. Anyway, so there it is. I really like the look of that. I love his like suit. I think that's really funny. The back could be better. The actual legs aren't too good. You can see the green glob parts just coming through there. He's got these big old feet and this weird looking leg build. I don't know. He's quirky. He's funny. I honestly really like Gorga Lad. He's probably my favorite Moc out of all these. So yeah, that's Gorga Lad. Here we have a Langurian. Let's just call him Butch. Butch was made purely as just to show that there was more Langurians than just Renzo and freaking a couple others. I wanted to just make another Langurian in general, so here is Butch. He is no relation to the Renzo family. He's just a Langurian. I painted the Pohatsu mask. That's for another character, however. But I just decided to use that because it was a green mask and I don't have too many available. But, you know, he's got a green arm. Also, his shoulders, very loose. They just kind of move around. And that's because of the way that I did the shoulders. There's just no, like, the axles just won't plug in. So they constantly plug in and out and just move around. Which I guess is cool, but it gets really annoying. Also, his legs are very empty, but that doesn't really matter. Butch is just this big family man. I just wanted to make a Langurian who wasn't Renzo or anything or had no relation, just to show that, you know, there are more of these guys out there, and they all kind of have this aesthetic. Most of them have green skin, but yeah, that's it for Butch. Here's Butch's wife, Tina. She is young. She is weird. She's got stumpy little weird feet. She's got this gross looking tail. I don't know what I was thinking when I was just making this Moc. I kind of just wanted to make an alien family that was just a weird two different species. So here's Tina, and Butch was a weird looking Langurian, and now Tina is just this weird looking creature with these stumpy legs. Yeah, not much else to say. I do like the color scheme, but that's Tina. And finally, here's her kid, Freakin Markov. I don't know. Markov here is the worst Moc I've ever made. He's terrible. There's no consistent color scheme. He's just awful. Just kind of threw him together to give him a kid. That's it. What do you want from me, guys? This is just the part one. Frickin' heck. That's Markov. So that was the end of the part one collection for the Alien compilation collection things. I'm going to be doing several parts of these in between regular Moc reviews. I'll be taking a look at older Mocs that have been upgraded. Just stuff like that, little stuff that I can't wait to explore with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun, and especially these Alien compilations, because I really can't give one review to each of these guys, because that's just boring. You guys don't want to see that. So a lot of these like random Mocs are only going to be thrown in with the compilation reviews. I have several Mocs planned for the next compilation review. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.